Hello, and welcome to my quick tutorial on the four types of chemical reactions. I like to call it the chemical reaction party. So, there are four types of chemical reactions that I'm going to talk about in this tutorial. It's synthesis, decomposition, single displacement, and double displacement. And we use chemical equations to represent these reactions. So the first one is the synthesis reaction. The basic formula is A plus B yields AB. So the thing that you want to remember is that you start off with two single elements and you yield a compound. Every now and then you may start off with a compound and an element, and then you make an overall one compound. So key things to remember is that two separate things become one. You will have two separate reactants and one product in your synthesis reactant. So let's look at that in real life examples in our little party. So let's suppose we have Charity that came to the party, and Julian was chilling at the party too. So while she was there, Charity met Julian, and then they decided to become friends, and so they left together. Now we have the Charity Julian combo. That's the synthesis reaction. Now we have decomposition. When you hear that, hear decompose, break down. The basic formula is AB yields A plus B. So when trying to remember what a decomposition reaction is, always remember that you're starting with one reactant, which is going to be a compound, and then it's going to break apart into two separate things, sometimes even three separate things. So Charity and Julian, they've been friends for about a couple weeks. They've been chilling. Then they decide to go to another party, and then, they just kind of decide you ain't really what it's hitting for. So we're not going to be friends anymore. So they start off as one, and then they leave separately and go about their way. And that's fine. Then let's bring in single displacement, sometimes known as single replacement, depending on what book you're looking at, and then depending on how I decide to say it that day. It means the same thing. So the basic formula is AB plus C is going to yield AC plus B. Key things to remember, it's going to start with a compound and then a single element, and it's going to yield a different compound and a single element. So basically what's happening is the element is going to replace one of the elements in the compound. And that replacement is based on the properties. So a metal will replace a metal, or a non-metal will replace a non-metal. So Charity and Julian decide to be friends again. They were like, you know what? You're a really cool person. Like, I want to be friends again. So they go to the party, they chilling. And then there's another young lady there named Isabella. Isabella is like, I think Julian kind of cute. And so she slides on in and says, hey, Julian, what you doing? So then Julian was like, oh, she kind of cute too. So Julian decides to be friends with Isabella, and he just replaces her with Charity. But Charity is cool. She's her own woman. It does not matter. She is ready to be out and living her life. Then we have the double displacement, also known as double replacement reaction. The basic formula is AB plus CD gives you AC plus BD. Key things to remember is that double displacement always starts with two separate compounds. Always. Two separate compounds. And then you're going to end up with two new compounds, just with a different rearrangement of the elements. So a metal will switch with a metal, or a non-metal will switch with a non-metal. So here we are. We got Isabella and we got Julian that's been chilling for a couple weeks. They are really good friends now. They go to a different party. And then at the party, we also actually have Nova and Nathan, the two N's. So they are sitting there. They became friends because they're like, our name starts with N. Let's become friends. And so they've been having fun being friends together. So at the party, then what happens is they all start to mingle. And I'm sorry, Isabella is like, oh, Nathan's kind of nice. We like the same music. I think I want to get to know him better. Well, Nova's like, Julian and I both like sports, and he plays soccer like I do. I'm gonna get to know him. And so they actually swap places. So now you'll notice that Isabella is now with Nathan, and Nova is now with Julian. So you started off with two couples, you end with two couples, but they have been rearranged, and that is double displacement. And that has been our chemical reaction party. I hope you understand chemical reactions now.